What's going on?
It's time.
Uh-oh.
It's time.
Time for what?
Time for this. I don't have a drink poured yet. Normally we're sitting here. I got something ready to rock. I got something ready to go. I got something in a glass. I don't. I'm behind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why is that?
I don't know. But now we're going to get caught up. It's
Okay.
Thursday. How are you? You
I'm
muted yourself.
sorry. I know I did. I was checking something because you're a very blurry person right now, my friend. It's
That's all right.
unfortunate.
We'll rock with it. We'll rock with it.
Okay.
All right. So, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. What are you drinking over there?
This is the end of the dad joke decanter. This is the Evan Williams white label, the
Yeah.
100 proof, the bottle and bond. I've had this filled for about the entire time we've been doing the show, and now we are at the end of that bottle. Just doing it straight. Cheers. What are you drinking?
Cheers. I haven't poured anything yet. Um, Let me see here. What do I have next to me? I've got a bottle of Makers.
Ooh, you can never go wrong with a bottle of Makers.
Are we starting with whiskey? We're starting with whiskey. Are we
I'm
starting with bourbon?
I'm starting with bourbon. You start with
Starting with
what you want.
bourbon.
I'm checking to make. Here's the beauty now of we've kind of changed the whole concept of this like show that we are going to just like let it rock and not worry so much about the recorded part afterward. Am I that blurry to everyone?
Oh yeah, that's what I was trying to
Oh
tell you a
wow.
second ago. And
All right.
laggy. Just
Okay.
you. Just you.
Um, you know what? Talk to the people for a minute. I'm gonna figure
Yeah,
this
that's
out.
fine. That's fine. You should 100% do the thing that you changed a second ago. But anyway, so I'm going to pour some of this. Let me get my glass. Oh my gosh. Can you believe I forgot a glass? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to improvise and we're going to use my Pilsner glass. I have a Pilsner glass here that is going to come into play in a little bit because of the beer that I'm drinking. But my Pilsner glass right now is University of Kentucky, and we'll see why that is going to match up with the beer shortly. So, I guess what I'm going to do is something I've never done in all my years of drinking and all of my years of us doing this. Besides, all my years of us drinking, I've never been drinking bourbon out of a Pilsner glass. And all of our time of doing this show, I've never had to do it by myself. So we're going to do that while Mike is figuring his thing out. And we will go ahead and do a little bit of makers in the Pilsner glass. I know Mike's drinking his bourbon now. I've got mine. And then hopefully, once this one runs out, we'll move on to the beer. Unless Mike doesn't come back. If Mike doesn't come back, I'm just going to say screw it. We're going to do this as a shot. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour my beer and start talking about my beer because that's what I can talk about at that point. Or I'll just start talking about the random scarves on the wall behind me. But anyway, I'm Brendan. That's Mike. This is Two Dudes Wearing Hats. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to talk about some things tonight. I know Mike wants to talk about some TV shows he's been watching. I have been watching the same stuff over and over again. Oh, he's back. He's going to try this again. All right. I'm
How are
starting to
we?
see it. Yeah, it kind of
Still
looks the same.
pixelated?
It kind of
Still
looks the same.
pixelated? Still messed up? Okay. Hold on. We're gonna keep trying.
I think, yeah. So anyway, Mike will be back here shortly. I'm going to be by myself for a second. Let me have a sip of this Makers. Fantastic. But yeah, we are going to be talking about the Royal Rumble coming up this weekend. The 2025 Royal Rumble from Indianapolis is coming up this weekend. We're going to talk about that for a little bit. We had ourselves a little bit of a fantasy football end of year party this last weekend, and we got to try some very, very hot sauces. I still debate that I did not finish as low as I did in the league, but I did take on the hot sauce punishment with a few others. Because honestly, your picture looks great right now, Mike. But I will say you can agree with this. We all kind of took on those hot sauce punishments. It wasn't really for the loser. It just kind of became everybody trying. How many did we have? About 20?
I'd say there's about 20 total. I was expecting there to be far less. I didn't think we are gonna have as many as we did. Uh, Derek, by the way, I'm Mike. I'm back. That's all fixed now. Supposedly everything looks good.
It was much more attractive when it was just me, but we'll take this. Don't worry
Well,
about it.
okay, I'll roll with that.
It looks
So
great.
we had about, as you said, about 20 different sauces. Some
Yes.
people brought multiple sauces. One person brought an entire like 5 pack of little mini bottles, and some of those were the most pack a punch, kick your ass bottles of the entire collection of that night.
Yeah, that was, I believe the one was Apocalypse. There was like something zombie. There was a Son of Zombie. But I remember the Son of Zombie because it debated. It started a debate. Did that zombie procreate with another zombie and make a son of zombie? Or is it a zombie that was a kid that was bitten by a zombie that becomes that zombie's
Or is it the exclamation like son of a bitch, son of zombie,
son of a zombie? No, that doesn't
son of
sound
a
as good.
zombie? Doesn't work.
So
No.
I don't know if you heard my dilemma while you were fixing things. I did not grab a rocks glass for myself, Mike. So I ended up
So just
having to.
drinking straight,
No,
just out of the bottle.
I'm using the Kentucky Pilsner glass.
That's fantastic. That's
I've already
fantastic.
had a little bit of a sip. I figure once I finish this out, then I'll move on to my beer, and my
Mhm.
beer goes along with this
Same here.
glass, and we'll
Same
talk
here.
about that shortly.
So it was a very fun day. It was a very competitive day when it came down to like we all kind of wanted to jump in on the hot sauce. I walked up.
Yeah.
You had a plate of things, and I had kind
Yes.
of been dabbing around a little bit, and I noticed you just pointed. I didn't catch what you said. I didn't get the words that came out of your mouth. You just pointed.
You could almost look at it like a paper plate if it was a painter's palette. There were just little dots of
Smears.
color
Just little
and little
smears everywhere.
little smears of color and
Just
little
little
bits of
smears all
hot
over the
sauce.
place.
Yeah, that's how we were trying them. Mike, you guys provided some chicken nuggies
We
and
originally were
some
just going to say, oh,
crackers.
do crackers, but then we had the idea, you know what? Let's have some chicken nuggets out. Let's have some actual like dippable content. So yeah, we threw some in the oven at like the last minute. That was like a 2 hour before the party decision, and we just rocked with it.
It was a good choice. It was a good choice.
Mhm.
But yeah, you did actually. The reason I was pointing at that one, I'll tell you now, was to tell you, hey, this is the hottest sauce we've found, and this is gonna burn you up.
Yes, I didn't wait to hear that. I grabbed a piece of chicken nugget. I already had about several beers at this point. I was pretty
Several.
well in, and just swooped through that sauce, just scoopy doop, just shoot ba doop, shoot ba doop, shoot ba doop, and just pop that bad boy in really quickly. I didn't stop and think like, why is he pointing at it? I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's the one I should try. And I sat there for a moment, and then my head lit on fire,
It was a
and it
very
didn't stop.
aggressive.
It wasn't a slow burn. It literally was just like hot.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome to flavor country, like that kind
Yeah.
of shit.
And every time you took a breath into your mouth, it would burn a little bit
Mhm.
more. It felt like it was.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
learned that day though, cheesecake is a great way to get rid of
Cheesecake
heat.
is a great way to kill heat because you
I,
brought a raspberry swirl cheesecake, which
which
makes the fat
admittedly
kid in
was
me so happy,
which
so
admittedly was a
happy.
last minute, just hey, I don't think anyone else has chosen a dessert. I'm
You
gonna
are a
get a cheese.
chronic party overthinker. When you come
I
over for
am.
something, and I love it.
Oh,
I
I'm a
love it. But
chronic everything overthinker, brother.
you need to understand that you're like, what do I need to bring? I was like, you can literally bring nothing. You can bring your smiling, happy boy face, and that's all you really need to bring. And you're like, I need to bring scrimps, and I need to bring some kind of protein. You said for the Royal Rumble party we got coming up, we're gonna talk about that later. But for that, you said I gotta bring another meat. We need meats. We need some kind of protein up in this bitch.
No, it's funny when I said that today. I remember, like, I saw you today and I said, I'm thinking I might make another protein. It reminded me, I was just like watching Bob's Burgers and they were mad. They were like, Bob, they're trying to introduce another protein into your kitchen because someone was trying to sneak a salmon burger in. But,
Ooh,
yeah.
that's what I had for dinner tonight.
You had a salmon?
I'm trying to expand. I'm normally not a fish person. Like I'm not
Oh.
too big on just a piece of fish.
Let me cook you either tuna or
Mediocre on it.
swordfish. I
Mediocre on it.
love I love tuna, swordfish, like black in those real meaty steaks, but I also like the lighter stuff too with some rice and like
We've been trying
tilapia.
to do a lot of salmon.
Okay.
Um, I've learned I like salmon burgers, salmon patties. Those are fantastic with
Yeah.
the seasonings and stuff in there. I can rock those all day. We just did that and trying to be a little bit healthier. So trying to do fish once a week. You know,
Good deal. Good
trying to
deal.
get it in there.
Yeah,
Especially after that party. Oh my lord.
I think I have 3 pieces of fish in my fridge right now and some sushi that I need to finish. So yeah, I don't mind the seafood too
How long
much.
is sushi good for?
I just picked it up.
Okay. Okay.
When I went out to try and get something that you told me to get, that we'll talk about here shortly,
Mhm.
the ice cream, I ended up picking up sushi. I couldn't get ice cream, I
Okay.
got sushi.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So
So, how did you feel Sunday morning?
I wasn't too bad.
No?
No.
Okay.
I had a feeling you were gonna be feeling it.
I was feeling pretty rough till about 2:30 in the afternoon. I woke up pretty early. Like I can't sleep in. It doesn't matter what happens the night before, how late I am, how late I'm up. My body it just at like 6:30. It's just kind of sits up and just starts doing stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I did that, but then I wanted to die, and then I got back in bed, and then I lay there for a little bit, and then I got back up. I realized I'm 41 and I can't do as many shots as I used to. I'm getting to that age where I'm realizing like I can drink, but I by no means am the out drinker of drinkers. We also had a big mix that night. We had a lot of dark stout beers, which were super heavy.
You had a lot of dark stout beers.
Who? What are you talking about? I
I
had
didn't.
some.
I didn't even know they were there. You were sneaking them.
I was not sneaking, no sir,
I know you weren't. I know
no
you weren't.
sir. But it was a rough start to the day, but I eventually came back to myself. Eventually started watching some TV and binged that, and then got back to who I was.
Do you have a hangover cure? If you woke up with a hangover, or okay, I don't know, one of two things. Do you either want to tell me what you would do to prepare not to have a hangover, or what would you do if you woke up and had a hangover? Is there a cure? I have
The only
one for me.
prep I have really is the liquid IV. Those powders that you put in a bottle of water and shake up and chug.
I need to start
Those things
trying
are a
those.
godsend. Those things are a godsend, dude. That was the thing. We didn't have one. We didn't have them that day after. I wish we would have, because that would have made everything go away. It is a magic elixir. I know it's just electrolyte powder, salt. I could probably get a big tub of it at GNC, whatever.
Yeah.
But I like the little packets. I rip them open. I dump it in the gimmick. I shake it in the water, and boom. That's if I can remember to do that the night before. That's about as much prep as I normally will get in. But also, if that's the first thing I can go to in the morning, that's the first thing I'm going to in the morning. I need coffee, and I usually need something greasy. I need like a bacon and cheese sandwich, or like a breakfast McMuffin, or like if I can just put one little disc of just disgustingness in me, that'll get me to the point where like, okay, I'm alive.
Okay.
I'm here.
I'm with you.
Spice helps. Either just in worst
You
case
like
scenario,
spice?
scrambled eggs and hot sauce. Let's go. And just force it out with other bad feelings.
Bob says water and aspirin before bed is his hangover cure.
That's once again that kind of ties into
That's
the
almost my
you have to be responsible enough to do that. And
yeah.
I'm not.
I would if I wake up and there's a hangover, if I've prepared for it, I will have a Gatorade in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I will usually do one of those large Gatorades and a Goodies headache powder. And that's kind of what gets me back in to my moment there is of feeling better, is a Goodies headache powder and a Gatorade. And then I lay back down for a little bit and I'm back together.
My wife won't mind me saying this. Hers favorite, because she was feeling none too well as well.
She was too
about
busy
the same
taking
boat.
care of you. Your wife was amazing.
No. She
was
woke up in
amazing.
about the same boat.
She
She
was-
woke up in the same boat that I was in.
She had some great Mios and was giving you extra electrolytes in your water. After a while, you were just done with the blue shit, I think, though.
Yeah, if she can get it, a Coke Icy.
A Coke Icy?
From like a gas station. Like when you go into the gas station, they've got the slushies in the back.
Yeah.
The Coca-Cola one, a big ass one of those. for some reason. That's like her rejuvenation powder. Um,
No shit.
yeah, there's that, and like, but really, just I know that I just got to tough through it. I just got to tough it out.
Just gotta tough it out. Everybody says hair of the dog, but I've never drank and felt better from a hangover. Like, no, I've never taken that attempt.
That's it. You're not doing that to feel better. You're doing that because you know you got to get back into gear. That used to be like, okay, we work the bar on a Saturday. You get Saturday night off. You go out and party, but you know the next day is like a festival. Okay, so you don't have to work, but you need to be on call. Wake up, bang a shot and a margarita or something like that, or a Bloody Mary. That way you can
Bloody Mary
get rocking, because that turns you back into like a usable facsimile of a human. Like, I hate to say it, but if you like in that line of work, sometimes you're like, okay, let me get clank clank. Okay, now I'm part of what's happening and I'm more aware.
Get me an extra spicy
not the
Bloody
real world at all.
Mary, or if my one friend is making it at Molly Malone's, an extra spicy sriracha Bloody Mary. They add a little bit of
So-
sriracha, and oh man, it's so good.
I love a thick Bloody Mary because I'm more
Same.
into like eating the things that are in it and kind of using those to get
I
everything
don't-
down. Very
I don't
rarely
want
have
it
I
to look
ever
fire
finished a
engine
Bloody
red.
Mary.
I want
I
it to
very
look
rarely drink the
darker.
whole one.
Oh, I'll have 2 or 3 sometimes. See,
I agree with you though. If they're bright red, that's not a good indicator. I kind of want it to have that dirt, like kind of
I
muddied.
want dark. Yep.
Yeah, almost like if you muddled like heirloom tomatoes, not if you not like ketchup.
Right. Exactly.
tomatoes.
Exactly. A
Like if you
deep
got
red,
some
a
garden
burgundy.
tomatoes and muddle those
Right.
like that.
Right.
So not even burnt. If it's kind of got like a brown hue to
Yeah.
it, I know it's natural. I know you used real stuff and just made your mix.
I'm not the biggest. This is a very decisive thing with your Bloody Mary people, is the garnishes and stuff. Some people just love their garnishes. I, number one, hate olives, and
Give me
then I
some
find
bacon.
I don't need the lemon and lime. Yes, exactly. Give me some bacon in there.
I like
I'll
olives.
never
I like
forget
the
one of my favorite things I ever saw was I got a picture from somebody once, and it just said, "I just spent $24 on a Bloody Mary," and I went, "What the
Better
heck?"
had a cheeseburger in it.
And immediately afterwards, a picture pops up, and there is basically a half of a lobster tail coming out of the top of this Bloody Mary, and a raw oyster on the rim of the glass. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of worth it all of a sudden. I would definitely have that same damn thing. But yeah, that's what I
I don't
like.
need a lot of that stuff. And if I'm at the place and that's what everybody's getting, that's what we're there for. Cool. I'm getting the big goofy one. But if I'm just out for brunch and it's like everybody's ordering different drinks, if I am doing a Bloody Mary, I'm literally just like, hey, can I just get a simple Bloody Mary, just in the pint glass, piece of bacon in there if you got it.
Yeah,
That's
if I could do it, it's give me an extra spicy Bloody Mary. If I'm gonna, there was a place that I went
Yeah,
to where you
I
could
think
build
spices
your
should be
own
implied.
garnish. You could build your own garnish like tray and stuff like that. It was like different
Yeah.
garnishes and items like Slim Jims and stuff like
There's
that. We did
one
this at Gypsy's
in
briefly.
Columbus in a Standard Hall. It's a restaurant up there, and they
Give me
give
a-
you a big beer mug, and you go to like this Bloody Mary bar, and you make a big beer stein Bloody Mary, and there's like, okay, a cheeseburger, a chicken tender, bacon.
Give me a
all these
couple
things.
cubes of pepper jack. I don't know. That'd make me happy.
Yeah, I would a pepperoncini.
Yeah,
That'd be great.
yeah.
That'd be
give
great because you could kind of scoop it
Give me a
inside of
fucking
it.
charcuterie board. And then
There
I'll
you
be good.
go.
There we
There
go.
you go. I don't need the cheeseburger, or when you see like a hot dog or like a slice of pizza on one, I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Like
No, yeah, that's
Okay.
over the top.
maybe a White Castle, like a White Castle, specifically a White Castle. It's really soft and oniony and kind of like sops things up.
I
I
don't want to
could
start
see that
slopping up
work.
a Bloody Mary with a White Castle. I don't want to
Dude,
know.
That's gonna be the 100th episode. Is
Next
Bloody
week's show,
Marys,
dipping Bloody Marys with.
dipping White Castles and Bloody Marys. When's the last time you think you had White Castle? Is that some people? That's some people's hangover cure.
Couple months, 2 months maybe. I actually
Really?
got, I
Oh God.
I I remember I got an order that my grandmother used to love because I would pick it up for her every now and then, and there was
Fish
these little
nibblers.
things that would get her so excited. No, the fish
Fish
nibblers were
nibblers.
me. I love the fish nibblers. She loved their cheese sticks. I love the fish
Really?
nibblers. Yeah, she loved their cheese sticks and then
I
two
like the
sliders
is it the
with extra
onion
pickles.
petals? Was it
The
onion
onion
petals or
petals.
something they have, or onion nuggets or something like that? Those are good.
Two sliders, extra pickles, and some cheese sticks was her order. I
Yeah,
like an order of fish nibblers and about 3 jalapeno cheeseburgers because their jalapeno cheese is very spicy and
yeah.
really good, and I'm
I,
in for
I
that.
I honestly do think I would appreciate just if I sat down right now, because I'll be honest with you, I think it may have been 10 years since I've had White Castle.
Yeah.
I think it's
Wow.
been that long. But I think I would love to sit down and appreciate just the plain basic White Castle with the onions and the pickles and just the cheese. I feel like I would love to appreciate that because it's funny how much I ate that as a kid because I grew up in Bellevue and there was the one right there and there's the one right there in Newport and like so
By
that
the
was a
by the
consistent.
bell tower.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
there used to be another one in Newport that's now like a coffee. It's like a Big B coffee.
Yeah.
It's right
It
down
was the one that
down
was the
Monmouth.
very tiny one that was only about the
Yeah,
size of a
it's only a
drive-through.
drive-through. It
Yeah.
only had a drive-through. So like grew up around those. So had it a little bit as like a kid and a teenager and stuff, but as an adult, it was very few and far between that I can remember having White Castle. But I think it's been 10 years
Yeah, that's
since I've
crazy.
actually eaten White Castle.
I just had Sonic for the first time. Like I don't eat a lot of
What do you mean
fast
the
food.
first time?
I've never had it.
Really?
It just never came up. I was never close to one. There's another fast food place that many people have eaten that I've never had that I bring up
Hold
every
on.
now and
Let me
then.
guess. Let me guess. Let me guess.
Okay.
What? Okay, give me what genre?
Burger joint.
Steak and Shake.
No, I love Steak and Shake. Give me a mushroom Swiss.
Hardee's.
Nope.
You feel like a Hardee's guy.
I had Hardee's when I was a
Um,
kid a lot before they moved
I,
out of here.
I had Hardee's in Cold Spring a lot when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Now Burger King, one of the big
Rallies.
ones. Really?
I've never had
I mean,
rallies.
there's not a lot of rallies, so that doesn't surprise me.
No.
The only rallies I've known of is the one in Florence. Uh,
Like right now, if you could get any
yeah,
fast food real quick, or you have your like, is there a fast food item that's your favorite fast food item?
the McDonald's breakfast steak, egg, and cheese bagel
Oh, I used to love that. I
is
haven't had it in a
magical.
while. I used to eat it all
They
the
took it off
time.
the menu for a little bit and just have recently, and I think that like the past year and a half brought it back.
Yeah.
That thing is magical.
It used to have like the
Um,
hollandaise sauce on it.
yeah, it's a sauce they only use on that.
Yeah.
Only on that. It's like a peppercorn, like hollandaise. It's kind of yeah, that or trying to think really magical fast food.
Mine's pretty simple. Give me a
What's
cheesy
yours?
gordita crunch from Taco Bell. A cheesy gordita crunch from Taco Bell is my favorite thing. I don't want a lot of their other food. I don't want much of the other
I've
stuff. But
I've
that
turned
one
on Taco Bell as
specifically.
I've gotten older. I can't eat it anymore. Anytime I have it, I'm always like, oh, that was better when I was younger. Like,
Oh no,
it's
it
gone
still
to shit
is.
now.
Yeah.
Um, no, okay, you know what? It counts around here. The fast food item. I'm gonna count it as a fast food item. Cheese coney.
Okay. That is. Yep.
It's a different level. I think it's hard to compare like a cheese coney to like a
It's a drive-through.
Whopper
It's a
or like a
drive-through
Big
around here.
Mac.
I mean, yeah, no, it's a
But
fast food.
yeah, like I can understand people saying it's not fast food, but I'm gonna put it in the category of that.
What's
Um,
your well, this will lead us into what we're going to talk about a little bit, but what's your Cincinnati chili order?
two conies, onions, mustard, spicy cheese. How they have the habanero cheese,
Yeah.
and then regular three-way. Take the second plate off if you can. You know how sometimes they give you the two plates,
Yeah.
the plate underneath. I don't want that extra plate. I'm just gonna dump it in the thing. If I
Yeah.
know that your franchise does that, which the one next to us doesn't, they don't do the second plate. If I know you're at one, I might be like, just put it in one plate. I don't need to.
My I'm it depends if I'm coney or chili cheese sandwich that day, but it's always a four-way with onion and then either two conies with mustard and onion or a chili cheese
Never
sandwich
done
with
the
mustard
chili
and onion.
cheese sandwich.
Sometimes I'm not
Never
feeling the
done
hot
it
dog.
without the hot dog.
Let me explain. Here's my quick sell if I'm going to give you the elevator pitch for the chili cheese sandwich.
Okay.
What is your favorite part of the coney? Let me tell you what your favorite part of the coney is before you tell me. It's that last part. Right where it's the end and the hot dog's all gone and it's that kind of sopped up chili, that that last part without the hot dog. Yeah.
Mm,
No, it is.
the perfect hot dog chili cheese bread bite. that middle, like the first two bites of the coney are the most magical bites. First off, like that end piece of the hot dog, and then that second part that is literally just wiener cross section, like bang. That, and then with the onions and the mustard, there's something about, like, I would never put mustard in a bowl of chili, but in that hot dog scenario, the
Yeah.
mustard and chili together, that flavor is fantastic.
Have you ever enjoyed a Chilito?
I have enjoyed a
I
Chilito.
love a Chilito. Every now and then I want to carry my four-way in my hand, so I will
I just can't
get the
stray
spaghetti
away.
in there.
I can't stray away from the three-way though. Like for me,
Yeah.
like sometimes
If I can't get a three or a four-way though, I get a Chilito with spaghetti in it, and then I'm
okay.
basically having it that way.
There's a more likely chance that I would not get the conies and then just get a bigger three-way
Yeah.
than not get a three-way. For me, like the coney is that ubiquitous thing, but like the three-way is like, dude, that's a meal to me. Like a regular size three-way, I'm good. Not even the big one. I don't even need the big boy, just the regular size three-way.
So speaking of Cincinnati chili, you brought this up this week, and then I've seen it all over social media. And to be honest with you, it's so damn popular that I tried to pick up some from Kroger, and then went to actually a Grater's, and they told me they weren't going to have any until tomorrow. So the Cincinnati chili and there we go.
Yeah, this is something that came out recently is that Graders and Skyline, it's been all over social media. Everybody's seen it. Is Graders and Skyline came up with an ice cream that they've released together that is Skyline Spice with oyster crackers, Skyline Chili French pot ice cream. What's
That's
your thought?
interesting.
What's your initial thought on this?
I haven't had it yet, and I gotta say the only thing that really bothers me the most is probably the oyster crackers. Like I don't know if I
Really?
want a bunch of crackers in my fucking ice cream. I don't know if the crackers are the part that kind of turn me off about it. Cause
Really? You don't just
yeah,
like something crunchy and salty?
no, no, not a fan.
What are
I
you
don't
talking?
even I don't get the oyster crackers when they offer them to me at Skyline and Gold Star
What are you
anyway.
talking about? You don't eat the
No,
oyster crackers?
not
Hold on.
really. I usually don't.
We're not even talking about the ice cream anymore. You don't eat the oyster crackers?
I usually
What do you do
don't.
while the other person you're there with is eating oyster crackers and dipping hot sauce in? You just sit there?
Yeah, maybe. Food comes out quick enough.
It does. That's the one thing that's beautiful about Skyline. It's just literally they look at it and they go bing 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 here.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's 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 three items or five because there's a five-way. It's
right.
five things at most put into a plate and served. There's not a lot of like, all right, it's cooking. It's not done yet.
Yeah, the
No,
chili's ready. Everything's
which
ready to go.
is part of the beauty.
Now, do you have that ice cream with you now, or you got to try it already?
So I actually have already tasted this ice cream, but I did bring it on here so we could talk about it. My wife found this. My wife actually picked
Yeah,
this
I
up.
mean it's popular. I went to Graders, the actual Graders location, and they told me they were sold out today, and they weren't going to be getting more in until tomorrow.
And so, I mean, here's the color.
And those are oyster crackers in there.
And look, you can even see, like, look. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can see that cracker in there. See that?
Yeah, yeah.
No, you have
Is it
whole.
cinnamony?
It's still crunchy.
How
They're
is the
not
oyster
soggy.
cracker still crunchy?
I don't know. They're not soggy. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that
No,
crunching,
no, no.
but
You can.
they're not soggy. Here's the thing. It works the same way pumpkin spice works. It doesn't taste like meat or like greasy. It's literally like the spices. Like there is cinnamon. You can taste a little bit of cayenne, some like clove, all of
Interesting.
those things. I would say it's Skyline Spice. It's not Skyline Chili ice cream by any stretch of the imagination. But no, I highly recommend this. If you
I
can get this,
I
if you
think
can
that's the
find
thing that
this,
people are worried
go for
about
it.
the most is that it's going to be chili ice cream, that it's meat ice cream.
No, I would say it is spice ice cream. It's I made a comment. It's pumpkin spice for Cincy boys.
Pumpkin spice for Cincy
Yeah,
boys.
yeah.
That's a good way to look at it. I like that. I like that.
But it's fantastic. But I can't sit here and eat a whole tub of ice cream.
Well, I got to tell you, I finished my makers in my Pilsner glass, and I think it's time to fill my Pilsner glass with something else.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch from ice cream to beer. This is gonna be a really good idea later.
Perfect. There's nothing better than following dairy with a little bit of beer.
Right? Let me finish this whiskey first, though, as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Throw that in there.
My stomach's
Fantastic.
gonna declare war on me.
Do you have a new beer this week? Do you have a beer that
I
you
do have a new beer this week.
have you tried it before?
I have. It was part of the problem on
I've
Saturday.
never tried the beer that I'm gonna have. You go ahead. The beer that
Mine
you're
was-
having is
mine
part of the
was
problem.
a leftover from what I was drinking on Saturday. One of the things I'm a big fan of, one of my favorite beers of all time, is Deschutes Red Chair.
Yeah,
It's a Northwest Pale Ale. Very,
good beer.
very sporadic. I would honestly say that I haven't been able to find it for like 2-3 years. It's been very hard, like for me to be in a store when I happen to come through, or it just doesn't come through this.
Did you
area.
have red chair at the house and I didn't see it?
No.
Oh.
So what I found, and I found this the day of the party. We went to the liquor store just for some last minute odds and ends. And this is from Rogue Brewing, brewed in
Okay.
Oregon. This is their Pacific Northwest IPA.
Oh, nice.
So this is where I thought, like, maybe this might be a little bit of a red chair style beer,
Rogue
because
is
it's got
really-
that Northwest Pale Ale idea to it.
Rogue known for their dead guy, of course.
So I've got Rogue's Northwest IPA, or Pacific
Nice.
Northwestern IPA. What do you got?
Well, I said it was gonna have something to do with this right here, the Kentucky Pilsner glass.
Okay.
I have. Have you ever heard of Gravely Brewing?
I have heard of Gravely Brewing. They do a lot of like music related references. Is that correct on their names?
They have this thing, Sip the Song, in the Spotify app. Use the search camera to snap this code and enjoy. I don't know. But this beer is a refreshingly crisp, light lager brewed in partnership with Club Blue, directly benefiting student athletes. An easy drinking brew for those that rock Kentucky Blue and cheer the Cats to victory. This is Kentucky Blue Light.
Kentucky Blue Light.
Which I find to be funny. It's coming out of Louisville with that rivalry. But anyway,
Okay.
we're going to do the Kentucky Blue Light and the Pilsner glass, the UK glass. I figure it's a good match.
So this is good. Piney. I would not say it tastes like the Deschutes Red Chair. The IPA of it really comes through. It kind of leans more into there's a Mad Tree, there's a piney like IPA from Mad Tree. Something Forests.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
But it tastes like one of their beers a little bit. That's got a nice color to it. Nice and light.
That is a beer. And I mean that in the most. It's just a beer. And that's what it's. I think it's exactly what it's supposed
I
to
feel
be.
like you mean that as a compliment.
I do. It's what you want a beer to be. It tastes like a beer. It tastes like a light beer.
There's something great to be said about that. A beer that is just a beer.
It's
No
off your
flash,
palate
no
early.
curves, just a beer.
I would take this over a Bud Light. I'd take this over a Miller Lite. It's very light. It's
Okay.
crisp. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the nose. Some beers just have that nose. It's just
Yeah, probably just like light beer nose.
Yeah, light beer nose. It's not like you're getting a nice stout oatmeal or a breakfast porter or anything like that. So,
Right.
anyway, but yeah, no, I'm all for this right now.
So I survived the hangover, and with that, watched a lot of television this past week.
Is that your hangover?
I really
Lay on the couch and watch TV.
My wife and I discovered 2 new shows and powered through the first season of one and are working our way through the first season of the other. The first one that I'm less through. Have you heard of Mythic Quest?
Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest.
I have not.
So this is actually a show that's on Apple
Oh
TV.
wait, yes, I have.
This has got Rob McElhenney from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The other guy that he's talking to is Rickety Cricket from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the tall guy who's
Yes.
right, that guy right there. I don't want to show too much of that, but it is a fantastic show. This is about a video game company. He plays the main guy at this video game company, and it's just kind of stories about that, like interactions.
What are you watching it on currently?
Apple. It's on
Apple?
Apple TV. Yeah.
Nice.
We got a deal where, like, with our new phone, we got the new Apple iPhones, and there was like, hey, you get this service for a great deal, and blah blah blah. So we ended up getting that, and it's a good show. I highly recommend it. We're about 5 episodes in. I will say, and I looked this up. I'm not the only one that thinks this. Season 1, episode 5 is interesting. Interesting. It kind of made me think it was not the best representation of it. It kind of goes in a different path. I'm hoping it comes back around, but it's a great show. What I can recommend right now and tell you you need to start, dude.
I have heard so many people talk about this.
Gemstones. This fucking show is incredible. So let me ask you this.
Okay.
What's your like religious background? Like, what's your like knowledge of church? Did you go to church as a kid? Did you like go to anything like that?
Very, very little. Church family members on sides and stuff like that, but
yeah, I went
offended by
to
anything.
a Southern Baptist church as a little kid. So like I became very familiar with a lot of church things growing up. This is the best representation of the worst, most comedic parts of organized religion. Like this isn't even a slam.
Amazing.
Like we're not talking politics or anything like that, because they're purposefully poking fun at shit you should poke fun at. They're not knocking religion. They don't knock religion at all in the show. It's not about that. It's about these people specifically and how they're interacting with religion. They do a good job of like not offending the church, but these characters are fucking hilarious. First off, in the back you have John Goodman. He plays like the church, the dad, almost like a Billy Graham character. So like he's an old Southern preacher, but you meet the family at a point where they have like the gigantic arena-sized mega church, and like they have their own amusement park and their own like zoo, and they live on a gigantic field with acres and acres, and like all the kids have a mansion, and he's got these 3 kids, and one is Danny McBride. He's kind of the architect of the show. He's kind of like the showrunner. He's a big character in season 1 so far. Yeah. You've got the sister here, and then the brother is Adam Levine from
Adam Levine's Maroon 5.
Adam.
I know who you're talking about. He was also on Modern Family.
Adam Devine.
Adam Devine, yeah.
Adam Devine from that show. But what a great representation of like how to poke fun at people, but not really offend anybody, but also a great fucking comedy show. You have to watch this. If you liked Eastbound and Down, you're going to love The Righteous Gemstones. There's so many moments, and this isn't going to be a spoiler because they're already about to start season 4. Walton Goggins, the actor Walton Goggins is in a lot of things. He plays a character named Baby Billy.
He's in Fallout.
Yes, he's fantastic in Fallout. He's amazing in this. The thing I will say, it's hilarious to constantly hear all of these adults call him Baby Billy.
Yeah.
All throughout this show. They never refer to him. Sometimes they say his full name, but like every time they're like, "Hey, Baby Billy. Hey, Uncle Baby Billy." Like, it's a fantastic comedy. and we are in the end of season 1, about to start season 2, and can't wait to pick this show up more. So I recommend, if you're looking for something to start, dude, you need to start The Righteous Gemstones.
What are you watching it on?
HBO Max. Yeah, Max.
HBO Max. Nice. We'll have to check that out. That sounds like something I might be up my alley.
100%. What have you been watching?
Not much, really.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of work going on lately, and finally coming out of that. So these are my days. My first day off of work is usually the day that we do the pod together. So I haven't done a whole lot. I watch Bob's Burgers way too often. I let it play while I'm working on things around the house, things like that. I need to catch up on some things. There's a couple Disney Plus shows. I need to get Disney Plus probably, because there's a Star Wars series that I haven't seen that I'd like to watch, and that's Ahsoka.
Oh, is it the? I was gonna say there's a Skeleton Crew.
I've heard good things about Skeleton Crew.
About...
I've heard a lot of people talk about Skeleton Crew the same way that people talked about Stranger Things. Whereas
Star Wars content for me is like, more power to y'all. Enjoy it. I hope they give it all to you, but I'm not watching any of it.
I heard the greatest review I heard for the Skeleton Crew reminded me of Stranger Things, and that was, what if George Lucas decided to make a Goonies type movie with kids and stuff like that? And that's what Skeleton Crew is.
You might have me with that.
I'm very interested to see. Like, apparently it plays a lot more in the Goonies realm of like these younger kids in the Star Wars universe. So that seems interesting to me. I might like to check that out too. But Ahsoka, I definitely want to see. Rosario Dawson is freaking awesome. Yeah, she's just so good.
A lot of good stuff to watch,
I've been playing a little bit of. Bob and I started an online dynasty in NCAA college football. It's a shame that we can't do that across platform.
I don't want to talk about that game right now.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to talk about that game right now. How many interceptions did I throw today?
Do you want me to tell the people?
You can tell the people. They need to know.
Okay. 7. But if you think that sounds bad, just know that was in the first half.
I didn't see you really being able to stop the defense or get past the defense at all. At all.
It was.
I think you got sacked more than. I think I threw interceptions, but I think you took all the sacks.
I took
all
the sacks. My quarterback was beaten up. You beat up Riley Leonard. We were doing Notre Dame against Texas.
Texas. Yeah.
Yes.
Texas. I should have put Arch Manning in. I should have took out Brock Ewers and put Arch Manning in.
When we did our online dynasty, Bob has chosen the Colorado Buffalo, and I have chosen the University of Kentucky.
That's a good call. Shadur is going to be third pick.
Well,
overall this year.
We're taking teams that weren't in the top 25 to get them into the 25 and trying to build a dynasty. Yeah. So that's kind of the plan with it right now. But that's kind of what I've been playing. I did this week go back to Dead by Daylight. It's so hard to.
You were streaming a little bit of that, and it was good to watch.
Oh, did you get to check out some of it?
Yeah, I went back and watched some of those.
It's intense. It stresses me out. That game stresses me the hell out. I haven't been around for the last few killers they've added. They actually did a Castlevania chapter where they added Trevor Belmont as a survivor.
Huh.
They added Laura Croft as a survivor. I was using Nicolas Cage today. Just Nicolas Cage as himself.
From that movie Mandy?
Nope. Just Nicolas Cage as himself, an actor named Nicolas Cage who has been sucked into the fog in that world. And yeah.
Isn't Ash from Evil Dead in that?
Yes. Yeah.
That might get me.
He
might get me.
Yeah.
There's Ash magic card. You can build a magic commander deck with Ash that I would think would be.
They've added Alan Wake, which makes me very happy. He's perfect for that game because he has lots of comments about the dark and the fog. But they have some new killers and whatnot. And Bob took a bad season loss. I just saw that flash up there. Bob, I don't know if you want to type the score in there, but Bob was playing an unranked Baylor team, I believe, that dropped him 60-something to 30-something, if I'm not mistaken.
Good Lord.
But The yeah, Dead by Daylight's added a couple new killers. I haven't gotten to see the latest one yet, even though I hear she's pretty badass. She's called the Houndmaster. She is a southern voodoo slash pirate type woman who has a dog that she'll send out for you that'll drag you back to her so she can hook you up on the meat
Game gives
hooks.
me give me too much anxiety. See, that's why I
Oh,
liked. I was more
that
of a
game
Friday the
stresses me out.
13th person because it's more that Jason plotting feel of just having to be brought hunted.
Oh
That
yeah,
game is more like I've watched you play that. That is far more frenetic. It's I don't want to say it's faster,
it
but
is a bit
it feels
faster.
fast. It
It
feels
is faster.
like the choices are a little bit faster. Where in Friday the 13th, you were able, because I love that game. I still every once in a while pick that game up and just play it offline. Play Jason and just try to kill them all on hard level, like
Oh,
kill
it's a
all
lot
the
of fun.
counselors on a hard level.
Yeah.
But like where I feel like that's more Jason on Friday the 13th, you're plotting and it's more about the overarching scheme. It looks like Dead by Daylight feels more like chaos, like okay, go over here, shake it up a little bit, shake it up a little bit as the killer,
Yeah.
go over here, shake it up a little bit, shake it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And if you're running, you're kind of, I feel like your plans keep getting dashed over and over and over.
Oh
You're like,
yeah,
let me
yeah,
start
yeah,
doing
yeah.
something, bang, down. Let me start doing something, nope, get that out of the way. Whereas Friday the 13th, if you're filling the car with gas and he comes and you drop it, you can run away and come back around and finish and pick right back up where you left off.
Yeah.
And it's all like that. I feel like there's more, like less chance for that. I
You can
still
go
don't
back and do
understand the
things
tree hook thing. That's wild.
where he hooks people up on the yeah.
Wild.
That's where that's how you. The whole purpose of Dead by Daylight is there is a dark entity that is lording over this dark realm, and it has picked people up from different genres and different places, and people have randomly died, and when they've died they've ended up in this place where they're basically just a toy and a game where these four people must escape from one. And the way that the killers can appease the dark entity is to sacrifice people to them. And to sacrifice people to them, he must hook them on the meat hooks where they'll get sacrificed.
Okay.
So that is the end game. Is he tries to sacrifice them on the meat hooks to the dark entity. There are kills and murders you can do, yeah, but that's kind of how it works.
No, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to start streaming that a little bit more. It's intense, and I need to work on getting used to some of the new killers that are out there. They added, yeah, the Dark Lord, and they added Vecna, and they added Dungeons and Dragons chapter and everything.
I've been getting very much in. I've just still been getting into Magic. I need to stream more Magic Arena.
Yeah,
I eventually want to put a second, like a top down camera and just like open packs like these kids do and make and get tons of viewers and get tons of viewers by me just sitting here opening up packs. Look at the card I got. Look at this. It's a piece of, it's so funny how like
I could set you up with a good
I've
little
become obsessed with like little cardboard pieces. And now
Yeah,
I'm like really into finding them, and I just want to go get a pack of like little cardboard pieces so I can open it up and see which cool cardboard pieces I got.
that's
But it's so much
crazy.
fun.
It's
It's
too
so
many.
much
They
fun.
they build up, and there's too many. You can't even use them all.
I've got so many projects like that I've already started. Like I'm trying to build like a goblin deck. I'm trying to build one deck that's like a dude who just destroys things, like breaks items and shit, and all these weird little things. Because you get some cards and you go, you know what? I like this card. Let me build a deck around it.
Yeah,
And so but another hobby. So
hobbies are good to have, like gaming.
we've drank this beer. It's about that time. I think we need to do a shot.
Oh boy.
So, what do you got? Because I have
Let
a
me
few things.
Let me reach down and get the bag of bullshit.
So, I got options.
I'm down to the end of the final of the 99 bull craps. I'm so sick of doing these 99 somethings. My review of them so far is none of them are great.
Well, then I might get on that train with you because I'll tell you this: I have two 99s that I'm going to make you pick from.
I have two in here. Go with the black lid.
It's blue.
Go with the blue lid.
Okay. You may have had this one already on the show.
Oh, please be sour berry.
What do you got?
Well, I'll just do the same with you. I'll let you pick a lid color.
All right. Purple. All right. 99 blackberries, 99 red.
What is red?
I thought you had this before. That's why I was like wondered about it. 99 red. I don't know. I don't know. It just says red and it has a lightning bolt. Do they all have lightning bolts? No. So like this one has, okay, I won't tell that one because that's for another time.
My guess is going to be cinnamon.
I
Maybe.
hope not. I was
Like
hoping it'd be like bomb pop. Like, because it's almost got like a red, white, and blue kind of deal.
That's yellow and silver.
I know. That's why I'm hoping.
It's red, white, and blue, but it's red, yellow, and silver.
Right, so
What's it smell like?
This is 99 red. Oh no. It's clear Jaeger.
Oh, it's licorice?
No. What is that? It's like a snow cone or something? I can't tell. Oh no.
Yep, that's blackberries.
I think it's Monster Energy drink. Cheers. 99 red. What is that?
What are we going to be
Blackberry?
playing tonight? Well, we'll talk about that after this.
We might have to fight.
Not good.
Not good either.
What was that?
Holy shit, it's Red Bull.
It's Red Bull?
Red Bull.
Ah.
Tastes like an energy drink. That's what I was saying. I think that tastes like an energy drink.
I need my energy drink to clear this shit out of my mouth.
Because
and
it's
my
kind of
energy drink is
cherryish.
Mountain
Ooh, ooh. Oh. I'm being an old man and trying to make myself drink a bunch more water. So I got one of these. I got one of these, like, I borrowed my wife's like time bottle. Drink this much water.
Dew. And by a certain amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at right now on the time chart?
I'm actually one ahead. I drank a lot of water today. So like I'm coming up on. Actually, I think I am like one whole thing ahead. Like, I try to just make sure I basically drink like as much as I need to by like noon.
Gotcha.
And then I just keep chugging this over and over again. So,
what's the plan?
We're gonna go ahead, jump out of here, come back in, play some UFC. Once again, I want to say thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Also, go to 2dwh.com. We've changed things around a little bit. We no longer will be dropping audio podcast episodes of this. It's going to be purely a video live podcast. It's also going to be available on YouTube later on as like a rewatch. So like, subscribe, go to YouTube, 2dwh.com. I'm Mike at that dude named Mike.
Thanks for watching live. Thanks for those that watch later when it's not live, but we will usually be live on Thursday nights or Friday nights. And I'm Brendan, and that about covers it, I think. I still taste blackberry. Oh.
Oh, man. Red Bull booze. I can't believe they put that to their... You know what? Let's just make Red Bull flavored liquor. I do wonder what it would taste like poured in an actual Red Bull, though.